when I think of some of the just sad clowns who've been caught up in Donald Trump's universe, who have just completely supplicated themselves to him in exchange for power, but who deserve absolutely zero pity or empathy whatsoever. The person that comes to the top of my mind right now is Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. He does not have control over the House of Representatives. He is the Speaker of the House. He is second in line to the presidency of the United States. And he has zero control over his majority caucus in the House of Representatives. And that's a function of so many things. I mean, it's a function of 30 years worth of gerrymandering by both parties. So it's like on the Republican side, it's like the most extreme hard right people win primaries, and because their districts are so gerrymandered, it's like if they win the primary, they're going to win the general. So he's got a caucus that is chock full of just hard right lunatics. But he doesn't have control over his caucus. I mean, think back to the first 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency. Razor thin margins in the House and the Senate. But for those first 2 years, they were under control of Democrats. So the House was being run by Nancy Pelosi and the Senate by Chuck Schumer. And especially Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she had control of her caucus. She had power. They followed her willingly. And they got through a legislative agenda that was more ambitious and impactful than most presidents get past if they serve 2 terms. And largely because of Nancy Pelosi, they got that agenda through in 2 years, not 2 terms. Compare that to Mike Johnson. I mean, he couldn't tamp down the Epstein stuff in his own caucus. And remember that he had to recess early for their August recess in order to avoid a vote on the discharge petition, the bipartisan discharge petition to compel the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files. And then when the government shutdown happened, he kept the House out of session for almost 8 weeks for that exact same reason, to avoid a vote on the discharge petition. And as soon as the House came back into session a week or 2 ago, he had to swear in Adelita Grijalva, the Democrat from Arizona or New Mexico. She was the 218th signature on the discharge petition, and we were off to the races. And that's when Trump, and the problem is, it's like Trump can't depend on Mike Johnson to run his caucus, to control his caucus. And that's why Trump made some offhand comment to Mike Johnson a few weeks ago saying, well, I'm the president and I'm the Speaker of the House, implying is like, I have control over your caucus because you don't. You don't have control over your caucus. He is the most weak-kneed, limp-dicked, ineffective toady. I mean, watching that guy give press conferences is just torturous because he's doing backflips. I mean, you remember he said that Donald Trump was working undercover with the FBI on Epstein, that Donald Trump was an informant, and Donald Trump was the reason why we know the things that we know, because Donald Trump was in there. He was in the trenches getting all the pedophiles. It's like nobody believes or trusts Mike Johnson, not even members of his own caucus. And when you don't have the trust of the members of your own caucus, you have no control over them. And since Mike Johnson became Speaker, rank and file lawmakers have managed 5 times to circumvent Johnson's wishes by getting 218 signatures needed on discharge petitions to force votes on legislation that Mike Johnson had blocked. 5 times in less than 2 years. That's more than in the prior 30 years combined. So it's like Mike Johnson's own members view him as an obstacle to be overcome in getting done what they want to get done. And then they work together with one another to work around the leader of their party, the Speaker of the House. And Donald Trump knows he's a completely milquetoast, ineffective douchebag as well. So again, it's like zero pity. He put himself in this place, 100%. But what a pathetic, sad little figure, man. Just pathetic, sad figure. And still puts himself out there as some kind of evangelical hero working on behalf of Jesus Christ and Israel. It's amazing.